Jawohl.
Ja, und dat dit mooi is voor ons van ja, nee, ja.
With the flag.
없어진 도로였지만 지금 복원되어서 만들어져 있는 상태가 되겠습니다.
The Korean War ended with the Armistice Agreement, signed in Panmunjom on July 27, 1953. It led to the formation of the DMZ around the military demarcation line to prevent the war from starting again. But even after the Armistice Agreement, North Korea dug underground tunnels below the demarcation line in order to invade South Korea. On November 15, 1974, an underground tunnel was discovered 1.2 kilometers south of the demarcation line, which is 8 kilometers northeast of Gorampo, Yeoncheon, Gyeonggi-do. This is the first tunnel. On March 3, 1990, the fourth tunnel was found 26 kilometers northeast of Yeonggu, Gangwon-do. North Korea was intending to use these underground tunnels for simultaneous full-scale attack on multiple fronts, causing critical damage to South Korean forces and nationwide panic. In addition to the 4 tunnels already discovered, it is expected that there are many more tunnels that haven't been found. North Korea's provocations are becoming ever more aggressive and intricate. The attack on naval ship Chana and bombing of Yeoncheon-do in 2010 was more than provocation. It was a declaration of war.
Go over the history of the Korean Peninsula. Now, prior to World War II, the Japanese had colonized the entire Korean Peninsula. In the final days of World War II, the Soviet Union accepted the surrender of the Japanese north of the 38th parallel, while the United States accepted the surrender of the Japanese south of the 38th parallel. The 38th parallel itself was never meant to be the division of a country, nor a political boundary. It was simply meant to designate areas of responsibility. Appointed Kim Il-sung to be the first Soviet premier of communist North Korea. He reigned for 46 years until his death in 1994, and he was succeeded by his eldest son, Kim Jong-il. This is the first ever father-to-son transfer of power in a communist country, and he reigned for 17 years until his death in December of 2011, when he was succeeded by his youngest son, Kim Jong-un. In 1950, the North Koreans launched a massive surprise attack. The ensuing war lasted over 3 years and cost over 2 million people their lives. The white dotted line here represents the Military Demarcation Line, or MDL. And according to the provisions of the Armistice Agreement, all military forces were ordered to move their troops 2,000 meters from the last point of hostile contact, thus creating a 4 kilometer wide, 241 kilometer long demilitarized zone, or DMZ. Now, note the location of Seoul and its relative proximity to the MDL itself. We are currently located at Camp Boniface, 400 meters from the southern boundary of the DMZ and 2.4 kilometers from the MDL itself. It simply consists of a series of 1,292 panel markers that stretch from coast to coast. In the JSA itself by a series of voice sticks that stand 1 meter tall at 10-meter intervals. Now, we will start here at Camp Boniface and move along the MSR, our main supply route, to the JSA. This is also known as Old Highway 1, and for over 50 years, with the only stretch starting with Guard Post 240, Observation Post Olet, or OPO, the village of Taesongdong, or Freedom Village, the village of Gijongdong, or Propaganda Village, the Neutral Nations Supervisory Commission Camp, and the former Checkpoint Village. We guard the villagers as they work their fields in the daytime. We also guard the village itself at night while they sleep. Now the villagers have much larger homes and a much larger allocation of farmland than most of their southern counterparts. However, they live under some severe restrictions. They all must be within the village by nightfall, and they must be inside of their homes with their windows and doors locked by midnight. Just 1,800 meters across the MDL lies the village of Gyeongdong, or Propaganda Village. Now it got this name because of the large speaker system in the area that broadcasts propaganda 6 to 12 hours a day. It can be heard here at Camp Boniface, but mostly at night. It idolizes Kim Jong-un to be a great leader and asks the people of Taesongdong, as well as the rest of the Republic of Korea, to come join them in their so-called village of paradise. However, if one was to come to this village, they find themselves rather lonely because the village itself is not really inhabited. We do see people in the village from time to time. However, they live and work in the Taesong Industrial Complex. They come to the village to maintain the grounds and raise the extremely large flag and the flagpole. Now this is 1980. The Republic of Korea built a flagpole inside of Taesongdong that was taller than the original flagpole at Gyeongdong. So the North Koreans quickly responded by building an even larger flagpole. The South Korean flagpole stands at 100 meters tall, while the North Korean flagpole stands at 160 meters tall. Upon its construction, it was the largest flagpole in the world, and is now currently the third largest flagpole in the world. They originally consisted of 4 nations: Czechoslovakia, Poland, Switzerland, and Sweden. However, the Swiss and Swedish delegation are the only ones that stay here year-round with weekly meetings, and the Polish delegation shows up for biannual meetings. A 15-man work detail went down to trim the tree. They were met by a large force of North Korean guards. They were able to start trimming the tree as scheduled, but after 15 minutes, the North Koreans suddenly attacked. The ensuing fight only lasted 5 minutes, but in that time, Captain Arthur Boniface and Lieutenant Mark Barrett tragically lost their lives by being axed to death. Now, the decision was made to have the MDL separate the 2 guard forces. Ladies and gentlemen, it's due to the fact that we are the most forward deployed unit on the Korean Peninsula, and that we stand face to face with our enemies on a daily basis, that the United Nations Command, the Republic of Korea, and the U.S. Army have given us our motto, which we so proudly state. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly in front of them all.
No, I'm going to take a step back. It takes you up, yeah.
12 days out of the month. They're a lot of fun, as you can tell. Very, very talkative.
How long have you been for the guys?
Huh?
The guys standing there on our side. How long is their shift? How long do they stand like that?
Every 2 to 3 hours. So the KPA, usually stand there about 12 hours. No. They currently have.
Video something that
Monsoon season, so. That I know of.
必须都在。